Hello and welcome to my new video. If you're new here, hi, I'm Lex, and today we are looking for shopping district inspiration. So many people asked for an updated version now that we have so much new furniture, and I figured what better time than right now to conquer that shopping district inspiration. Before we get started, I did want to say thank you so much to all of my members. I appreciate your support so much, and if you'd like to become a member, the link is in the description. Let's get right into it, shall we? I did want to mention before getting into all of these islands that if you want to check out these islands, the creators and their dream addresses will be in the description. If there is not a dream address beside the credit, then that means the creator is not up for sharing that yet. Just keep an eye on their social media and maybe they will in the future. I love this first example of how you can set up a shopping district using the new castle walls and castle towers. They are so gorgeous, and I don't know, I think it's so grand. I think this is really a step up for these elegant core vibes now that you can kind of hide the obviously not elegant core buildings behind these walls. Very efficient, very effective, 12 out of 10. Quite different from the elegant core island we just visited is this more of a town aesthetic. I think that's how I interpret it, at least. I love the use of so many new items here. We have the pergola as well as some storefronts, some of the new jarred items which are so cute, and I really love that the resident representative's house was incorporated here. It looks lovely. I also like how naturally it borders on this little farm to the right, and if you go behind the shopping district you can see a villager house and Nook's Cranny. Again, it just all fits so naturally together, and I love how just aesthetically pleasing this is. I feel like all of my 15 ideas videos also kind of end up being 15 theme ideas, but here is another theme for you to consider for your shopping district. This is more of a natural build. I absolutely love the way the terraforming is utilized here. So obviously, Able Sisters and Nook's Cranny have very distinct sectors here. They're very separate from one another, but they're right beside each other. It does still qualify as its own little shopping district. That is achieved by this bridge and waterfall that are placed between them. It makes them feel like completely different entities, even though they are right beside each other, super easy to access. I think this is genius and completely beautiful. This shopping district is so cool. There are so many 2.0 items at play here. Absolutely love the detail of these little bottles being on the ground and another set on the stools. It feels very seedy, I think, like almost like a Wild West kind of aesthetic. I also really appreciate that Nook's Cranny is still in its original form. Definitely fits with the theme. We also have Able Sisters here, which is a little bit more grandly placed, I think. It kind of feels like two separate sides of a city. The way Nook's Cranny is in kind of a seedy area, like I said, and then Able Sisters is just up here on its own little mountain bordering the campsite. I thought it was very well done, very well placed. Something I really appreciated about this next island is how there's like a market street going around. So here is Nook's Cranny perched on its own little cliff, but as you can see there are stalls lining the way, there are seating areas. It really does feel like somewhere you'd go if you were living in, you know, some kind of kingdom. This is like a palace courtyard or just outside the palace walls. You go and you have a grand little shopping day. It just felt so quaint and beautiful. I also love how Able Sisters has some more nature around it. Everything here was so well placed, and again we get a sneak peek at so many new items at use as market items. I just think it's really inspiring. Up next, we kind of have 3 levels of shopping districts. So I just walked through a farmer's market of sorts, and here is the second level, which is Nook's Cranny. You can kind of see the farmer stuff below. So many new items being used in this little market space. And again, everything feels so separate. It's kind of like how you go up escalators in the mall and there are different shops. That's what this felt like, but outdoors. This little Able Sister space felt almost educational. Like I can imagine villagers coming here to learn how to sew at these little outdoor spaces, maybe having a little sewing club. How cute is that thought? I don't know, it's just precious. But yeah, this was very cute and I thought it was very efficient. Again, if you're going to shop, you can hit all the shops in one go, and you've even got the little farm below. I think Antilia is the home of my best shopping district. This is the most fun one, I think, that I created. I really loved this one. I kind of made Nook's Cranny in this sunken space. You come downstairs from the villager neighborhood, then there's Nook's Cranny on the right, this sitting plaza on the left. There was just this huge empty space, and I was like, what better to fill huge spaces than this huge fountain? And then up the incline, coming back out of that sunken space, is Able Sisters. I think it was so quaint and classy. I just really like it. We've got some layers going on in this shopping district again. I love this little florist shop, very pretty and pink on the right side, and then a greenhouse sort of aesthetic for the plant shop, very green and beautiful. And then on the second level, boom, you have Able Sisters and Nook's Cranny right next to each other. I love the way the furniture here is definitely catered to what the two shops have to offer. So you have a lot of different items and things on the right, including the little shopping cart and the shopping baskets. Definitely need to include those somewhere near my Nook's Cranny because those are some of the cutest new items that we got, in my opinion. And then some clothing things by Able Sisters that I thought were really cute. Up next, we have this super legit city. I absolutely love the crosswalks. I think this is very cute the way they're right beside each other, but they have that cute little ABD in the middle. Look at the items again that are being used, the public bench and everything. It feels like a real life city. It feels very natural, very flowing. I think there's even a trash can with a little park fence. How cute is that? But yeah, I was super impressed by the ABD here. I think that's a good idea, just for convenience, to have the ABD item that we can have now right outside your shops. Definitely do that. This island has a very different take on the market street. There are different shops lining the way. Here is Able Sisters. I love the way some of these new items are used. The clothing displays, they look so natural outside, which is an achievement. Then we have this plant shop. Again, I love plant shops. I think it's a great way to display all of the beautiful plants that we have in this game. And then across the bridge, which is also a nice touch, is Nook's Cranny with this little plaza outside. You can come and have lunch here. I thought that was precious. You also have a little like general cafe sort of area. This is like an outside diner to the right of Nook's Cranny. I ran into my birthday twin here, but I also wanted to note that there's a mini bookshop. A bookshop! Heading back to the Wild West. Here we are on a very desert sort of island. I thought this was so creative. I love the pops of color with the purple flowers and this little sign. It says shop local. I guess you don't really have a choice but to shop local if you're in the middle of the desert, but I still like it. I still think that's a precious little detail for this shopping district. This is another great example of different new items at play, but also look at the way this road is running through the sand everywhere. It's technically dirt path, but just gorgeous. Speaking of pathing, I think this pathway is beautiful and so unique. This is such a nice aesthetic for the shopping district, like nice pastels, very calming in this sunrise time of day. I was so confused about this item that I'm standing in front of for a second, and then I remembered it's one of the plaza items that you can order through the Nook Stop, so that's what that is. I was like, did we get a new building? We didn't. I just forget things very easily. It looks so different from the side. Definitely something you could use on a city island. I thought all of the colors here were very calming and beautiful. Love this use of the park fountain, which I think isn't used as much as I expected it to be. But this is incredible. Another fun way to handle your shopping district is just to plop the buildings down right beside each other, just right next to each other. This is another take on a market street, and we've got the resident representative's house again, then Able Sisters. We've got storefronts in the background, making it feel like a true market. I love the way the flowers are placed on dirt paths here. I never would have thought to do that in winter, but it looks so good. I think the contrast between the dirt path and the snow is lovely. I just think this is so creative, so beautiful. The different types of shops, cafes, seating areas. There's even a farm back there. We've got like farm to table vibes. You go from the farm right to the market. Very cute. Again, the ABD. Convenient, genius. So smart. I need to do it. On a whole new level of convenient genius is this shopping district. So we came literally right up the stairs from resident services, and on the cliff behind is the shopping district. Here's Nook's Cranny with a convenient little phone booth and storage shed, which I think is super smart. And then right across the way, Able Sisters, again, directly connected to resident services. I love the attention to detail here, all of the different items laying about. They're so beautiful. Just so lovely, I think. But like I said, right down the staircase, boom, you're at resident services. You're right here. It's super easy to find. I love how naturally these shopping districts flow as well, the way the shops are next to each other, but seamlessly integrated. Very different from perhaps anything else we've seen is this supernatural take on a shopping district. Love the use of the new moss that you can use, the glowing moss. How beautiful is it here as little highlights to the ground. It really, I think, emphasizes the custom designs that are so starkly dark in contrast. So beautiful. That, my friends, is all of the inspiration I have gathered for you today. Please do remember to check out the creators in the description, and if you watch this far, tell me your favorite flower in the game. Mine is probably blue hyacinths right now. Thank you all so much for watching, and here is my little sister Peaches to tell you all goodbye for now.
I love you guys so much, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Bye!